Este es Aaron con internetcomputers.com. Otro video para ti hoy. Making this video showing you how to solve a problem with an Apple Macintosh G5 desktop computer. They're older, I think 2006-ish is when they no longer were being manufactured. And so I'm on camera down here, but I've got 3 Macs down here and I've got this monitor. The computer powers on, but the power light blinks like twice, and it's the memory. Now this computer, I have 3 computers. Let me quickly show you the 3 computers. So I'll be So right there you can see there's 3 computers. They're all the same. Alright, I just wanted to show you that. And let me move the camera back. That should be about... Okay, so I've got 3 of the G5s. I'm not sure if they're the exact same model. They look pretty similar. So I've got this monitor to, show on screen later. So let me move it. I also have this adapter. These a lot of Apple Macs have DVI, the older ones even, and this is just a DVI to VGA splitter or adapter. It's an adapter. And if you notice on one side it's got the 4 pins and then 1 larger pin. Okay, so there's the adapter. Now let me move the Mac, and I can get in the camera a little bit, but I'm not too worried about getting on camera. I want to show you the front real quick. These fuckers are heavy. Let me show you the front. They're probably 30 to 40 pounds. I haven't looked it up yet, but they're fucking heavy. They're like one of the most heaviest case I've ever had to deal with. Now on the front, excuse me, on the back there's a release. So let me prop it up and you should be able to see it. These fuckers are heavy. And let me move the condenser mic so it'll pick up my voice. So here's the release. You just pull up, and then you notice how the cover became loose. So normally it's like that, and you don't have to take out any screws or anything. Just pull up on this and it'll release the cover. And then another thing I want to show you, here's the type of video cards that came with these. They're older school DVI. One is wider than the other, and plus they have that like negative, well, it's 4 pins. It's 5 total pins, 4 normal pins and a 5th pin that's a lot wider. And it's, 2 fans, USB, and blah 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 blah, Ethernet. Alright, so now once you release, just pull up the cover and it comes right off. It's real easy actually. And then just pull it out, and we'll put this aside. They're made out of aluminum, as you can see. They're well made. I mean, these are probably, to me, Macs are probably the best made cases that you'll find, or maybe some of the best made cases for the money. Now let me prop it up a little bit. There's a plastic cover. It's not glass, it's just plastic. You just pull up and it comes right out. We'll set that aside. Then, I'm not going to go over everything, but the memory is down here. You see these 2 fans? They come right out. You just pull up on them. There's a, if you notice, there's, here, I'll pull up, And then what I'll show you the fan. Okay, so I'm in the works on getting a video capture card from China. They're about 40 bucks. I don't want to spend $200. It's just not worth it for me right now. Maybe in the future, but anyways. For now, this will do. So let me show you on camera. I don't know if my voice will get picked up with the condenser mic, but I just want to show you these fans. It's got a slot right there where I'm pointing to that plugs in for the power. And there's power cables, there's 2 fans, but it has to plug in to the power connector so the fans run. Then it's got a handle and you just press like that. And you notice on the side it's got this little rivet or whatever you want to call it right there. It only goes on one side and it goes on the outside and it just pushes down. All right. So and you have to get this power connector plugged in so the fans work. So you just pull it out like I did. Now this is only a video about the RAM. I could probably title it Fix G5 Mac beeps twice, or excuse me, power button blinks twice, or memory removal. I don't know, whatever. I might make 2 videos out of this. I don't know. So now as you can see, these are fucking really heavy. Otherwise I would, pick it up. Well, I can, but they're so heavy that if I held it for like a while, my back's already break. Oh my fucking god, I'm gonna sue somebody. Okay, so the memory is these G5s have 8 slots, 4 on each side, and they're labeled 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you have to match. So they're labeled. I don't know if I can. Let's see. There's already 1 stick of RAM there. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it. Nah. I don't even know if I can zoom in and show you. Probably not. They're labeled on each side. I don't want to zoom in too much. I'm getting a decent workout because these fucking cases are fucking heavier than you wouldn't believe. And if you're offended by my cussing, I don't give a fuck. I'm not religious. Even if I was religious, I would cuss just as much. Alright, so the memory is down there. There's 4 slots, you can see them. Now let me show you what happens. Now here's the front. Now to get the cover off, you want to have it like this. The front is this way. It's on the right hand side. So if you're looking, these are very dirty. I didn't even clean them up yet. When looking towards the front, they will be to your right, is where the cover comes off, on the right. And you just pull that lever. Now the power button blinks, and I will demonstrate real quick. So I'm going to plug in the power. And I'm going to leave these pieces down here. I've got a big mess now, but that's what happens. I'll put these down here, I think would be best right now. And then I'm going to demonstrate really quick what happens. So I'm going to turn the power buttons here. Well, I heard the Apple. But is this the right Mac? Oh, is this the right one? This might be the wrong one. Let me power it off. Yeah, this is the right one, but I forgot to put the memory back. So here, I'll demonstrate really quickly. So the memory has to go in pairs. And this is the way it was. So I'll take out the memory really quick. It won't take that long. And I can set this aside over here. So it came with just one memory stick, and I'll show it to you. It was a 1 gig. Here it is. This is the one that was installed. Okay, and then there was a sticker on it that said dead, but I got it to work. So whoever had these Macs, I'm not sure how much time they spent on them, because it didn't take me that long to figure it out. So, and then this was these have to be installed in pairs, and I think they have to be the same size. So 1 gigabyte and 1 gigabyte, 2 1 gigabytes, or 2 512s, or 2 256s. This takes old DDR memory. It's the 184 pin DIMM DDR, and this, I think, 3200. Okay, so let's put it back. I should have had that all ready to go, but I've been fucking with these 3 computers, and it was a pain in the ass for me to even get them inside my office. So it's installed, as you can see. And now let's turn it on and look at the light, the power light. We'll just tilt it like this. I'll tilt it up a little bit so you can see it easier. And the light should flash. See it blink? Let me zoom in. I can see it blink, but I want you to see it. Now that's a LED. There's LEDs. On a lot of computers, Macs and PCs, they've got LEDs. A lot of times the power buttons have LEDs, obviously, and they've got flash codes. Can you see the flash code? There it is. Let me move it closer to you, because I know I can see it. There it is. You can see it blink. Okay, I don't need to lift weights. I just need to move around one of these G5 Macs. I demonstrated it, and every 10 seconds it blinks. The power button blinks twice, then it pauses, then it blinks twice, and then it pauses, and then it blinks twice. So let's reset my zoom, because I don't need it zoomed in that far now. Oh, come on. Oh. I think I had it somewhere like there. That's good. Alright, maybe even in a little bit. So as you can see, the Mac doesn't do anything, and what I can do is I can even plug it into a monitor. Let me plug in the monitor now. And how about I set it on its side? I've showed you the front light. This is the optical drive here, but I've showed you the light and the power button, and that's a flash code. And I'll show you right here. It's a code. So here's this page. Now there are LEDs on the motherboard right here by the memory. There's 8 slots. I think these Macs support 8 gigs total. Now none of these, there's a LED here, I think, that's on, but none of these separate LEDs, you see how they're right next to the DIMM ports, the memory slots? None of these are lit, but I think this one is lit, but it's solid. So now I'm going to hook up the monitor, and I'll show you that this computer doesn't work at the current state that it's in. I can even power it off. So just hold in the Okay, just hold in a couple of seconds, it'll power off. We'll unplug the, and then I'm going to set it. It's a G5, as you can see. It's labeled a G5. You can see that. And we'll just lay it like this. And then let's plug in get the monitor. And we'll just put that up there so you can see it. And an adapter. You might need an adapter. Now these are different type of video cards. If I had more time, I would show you. They're different. They've got one extra connector. So, and they're older. But anyways, luckily I had one of these adapters. It's a DVI to VGA adapter. Female DVI. Oh no, excuse me. Male DVI, female VGA. Okay, so let's power on the monitor. It's plugged in. Okay. There it goes. I just want to power it on first. Now let's turn on the Mac. I just want to show you the screen that let's see. It says no input signal, so hopefully this will work when I demonstrate the computer working. So let's power it off. Oh, the video card was a little bit loose. I'm going to try that again. Let's try that again. Ooh, there's a lot of dust. Alright, anyways. Okay, so let's see. We'll just unplug that and we'll move that real quick. Put that over here. Now let's see. Now let's put the memory that I had in, and I'll show you the difference. So there's the old memory. It could be a bad memory module, or it could be because it's only one. I think they have to get installed in pairs. So now we've got two of the same, and I'll show them. They are PC 3200 256 megabyte DDR, the old school DDR, the first 184 pin DDR. So, well, I shouldn't really be touching them like that, but anyways, let me just show it really quick. Okay, so now I'm going to install them again. Now they have to be in pairs. So they're labeled. And they're labeled the opposite of what you think. They start closest from the middle out. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then closest to the middle and then out. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what you're going to do is you're going to install both these memory modules in slot number 1, and there's two number 1s, and they're labeled. Okay. I guess I could probably tilt it a little bit, but whatever. Let's see. got them backwards. Come on. Ah, come on. There we go. All right, that one's snapped in. Now I have to turn around because they're the opposite. They're the opposite. Alright, so they're both installed. Let's see if you can't see them, but now you can. Should be able to see them now, I think. Yeah, can you see them? There's one there, and there's one there. I can even zoom in a little bit. So as long as they're both in the number 1 slots, you see the middle right there? So here's number 1, and then here's the other number 1. And so, alright, now we'll turn it like this so you can see it. And it's plug it in. And okay, so now look for the power button. There's a LED right above the power button, right where my finger's at. Look at the light. So we're going to turn it on. Did you hear the Apple? You should have heard the Apple. Well, I don't know if this condenser mic picked it up. I heard the Apple sound. You know, the bong, jong, or whatever. I can't even imitate it. It's kind of bizarre. It's a, I don't know if I can imitate it. Brong, or whatever. So, and then it's a solid, and now it's solid. I don't know if I can zoom in. Look at the light. It's solid now. I'll point it out to you. It's right there next to my finger. You see how it's solid? Before it would blink, you know, twice, and then after about 5 to 10 seconds of a pause, it would blink twice again. So all it was the memory. Now I'm going to try to hook up the monitor, and hopefully it'll work. It may not work because I'm using an adapter, but I proved it to you because of the light codes. I proved it to you because I heard the Apple power on sound. And that tells me that the BIOS posted, the basic input-output system, and everything is gravy. When I hook this computer up to another monitor, it's got the kind of like the lock or the folder. It's got a folder with a question mark or the folder with the exclamation point. That means there is no hard drive, or there is no, you know, hence there is no files. So this computer is missing a hard drive. So, and then that'll be my next video. And then I'm going to make videos about every Mac, all 3, if they all have major problems. I've looked at 2 so far. 1 already works, but it doesn't. I don't know if I'll make a... Well, anyways, let's move on. So I'm going to power it off. That one powered off pretty quick. And then I'm going to hook up the monitor. Let's face this like... Oh, and then another thing. When you put the fans in, again, it's got a handle. Then if you notice on this side, it's got this right here, and it slides in on the outside. And also you have to make sure that this gets plugged in for the power and it snaps in correctly. It only snaps in on one side. So what you can do is look right here. You see right here? I don't know if you can see it. The power is right down here. Let me zoom out again. I know I have a reset, but I'm just going to do it this way. For whatever reason, the slide bar isn't working for me to reset it, so I have to do it like this. Okay, that should be good enough. Now, you can look down here. Down here is where the power connector is at. And also, you see here? That's where this slides in. So you just take the handle and make sure you got the right side. Now this goes on the outside. You see it? You see how this goes on the outside? Not the inside. It goes on the outside. Then you just push down, and that's it. Now it's connected and those fans will work. So let's hook up the monitor. It may not work. The monitor may not work, but we'll try. These fuckers are heavy. All right. Now, let's power this on. There it goes. All right. It's also got a back cover, so make sure these are tight. Okay, now let's power it on and see what happens. Now look for the, well, you won't be able to see it, but listen, try to listen for the Macintosh sound. It's like a bong. Bong. Now before on a different monitor, it showed it I don't know why it's not working. Oh, there it goes. Oh, there it goes. So the fact that it didn't have RAM, the fact that it had the wrong RAM before is why it didn't power on. So let's go over this really quick. It's not that difficult. Really, these issues don't take that long. It's just I talk a lot and I like to go over everything in detail, so it makes it easier for you. The problem with this computer, it had a sticker that said dead, but it was the RAM. Now that's why I looked at the power button, blinked twice with the RAM that was installed, which is this one. So, and also it was installed in one slot. However, I'm pretty sure these motherboards, the Mac G5s, they have to be installed in pairs. So the fact that it could be a bad memory module, it could be good, it just wasn't installed in pairs. So the fact that there was a missing memory module not installed in pairs, and then that would make the monitor not work. And then as you can see, there's the folder. That's what I was talking about. When a Mac boots properly, you'll see a screen. Now the little folder that's flashing, that it's got like the face, the Macintosh face, and then the question mark and a folder. That tells you that there is no file system, or the file system is corrupted, or there's no hard drive, so therefore there is no file system. And this computer has a missing hard drive, but it has everything else. So that's how I solved that issue. That's how I got it to boot. And I'm glad I have that adapter. And now what I'm going to do is, I know that the memory has to be installed in pairs. Do I move it this way? No, this way. The memory must be installed in pairs. As I almost spilled my orange juice. And they have to be in the right slot. So let's go over it here really quick if you're confused. So you have 8 slots. Now this has, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, these are, I think, 4 slots. There's 8 total slots. And so there will be another set of memory slots over here. Can you see my mouse? Oh, can you see it? Yeah, you can. All right. So here's slot number 1. Or well, let's just use this one. This is slot number 1. Up here would be another row of slots going the opposite direction. So this is slot number 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. Up here would be slot 1, 2, 3, 4. And all you do is install 2 pieces of memory sticks, the same size and the same speed, and they are DDR. So this is one memory slot that you install, and then here's the second memory slot that you install, and they are labeled. So you want to install them in slot 1. And that's it. And now I got this computer to post. And now all I have to do is get a hard drive, and I should be able to install OS 10 on it. I'm not sure off the top of my head what version of OS 10 I can install. I don't know if I can install like High Sierra or Sierra. I'll have to figure that out. But I can do an internet install once I get a hard drive, and I will make a video showing you all that. So that's it. So I will pick up this fucking 40-pound piece of metal. It's a G5 Mac. They were manufactured in the mid-2000s. I think around 2006 is when they were retired, somewhere around there. Some of them are dual cores, some of them are single cores. They, I think, support 8 gigs of memory. They have optical drives, 1394, blah, blah, blah. So let me unconnect, and then I'll show you up close what I'm talking about with the memory slots, and then I gotta run. I'm just gonna power it off. Come on. You see how quickly it powers off now? I don't have to press the button and keep it pressed for 5 seconds. It just powers right off. All right, and I'll show you how to put the cover back on. I'll move this. It supports SATA drives. It's got SATA power right here, and it's got SATA hard drive connectors, so that's good. So I've got some SATA hard drives. It's got a RAID bay. I might just throw in a laptop hard drive. I don't know if I have any good SATA desktop hard drives, but whatever. So I want to show you where the RAM slots are and what I'm talking about. So I'm not going to talk because the condenser might won't pick it up. I got a mess now. Big fucking. Okay, that's really high class plastic glass. It's like a plastic, tough plastic and metal cover. So here we go. I just want to show you where the memory slots are at, because if you don't get them in the right order, you're going to sit here all fucking day for 8 hours trying to get the computer to post the BIOS, when it's really quite simple. But I don't know why the previous people couldn't get it to post, but whatever. Damn. It's such a pain in the ass. Here, how about this way? Here's the fans, there's the memory down there. All right. Oh my God. I'm not kidding. These are like, they're not 20 pounds. They're heavier than 20 pounds. I think they're 40-pound cases. It's fucking, it's not aluminum. I mean, if it is aluminum, it's I think it's a steel case. and aluminum exterior, but these fuckers are heavy. So that's how you fix the problem with the memory and the power light blinking 2 times in a row. As I die now, I'm gonna go crawl somewhere, and no, I'm not. Adios.